Hello students, today we are going to start sheet number 2. In the sheet number 2, we have to draw 3 diagrams which are based on the eccentricity. In this conic sections, we have to draw an ellipse, a parabola and a hyperbola. So for that, the first question based on the eccentricity, we have selected this one. So the question is, we have to draw an ellipse when the distance of its focus from its directrix is 50 mm and eccentricity is given as 2 by 3. After that, we have to draw a tangent and a normal to the ellipse at a point 70 mm from the direct. Now, we will start how to draw an ellipse. To construct the ellipse, the very basic thing, we have to draw a line, a vertical straight line, and we will name it as a directrix line and we will indicate it by D complement. So after that, we have to draw a principal line or a horizontal line from the midpoint of the directrix line. So we will select a point here. So we will mark it as A and we will draw a line by taking a dimension of 50 mm. Now the 50 mm is our focus. So we will take the distance from A to F as a 50 mm, and this is nothing but this is the focus point. We will call the point F as a focus, which is 50 mm away from the directrix. Now, in this problem, we have taken the eccentricity as 2 by 3. We will calculate the value of eccentricity. Now, the eccentricity is 2 by 3. So, if we divide 2 with the 3, we will get approximately 2 divided by 3, that is equal to 0.86. So 0.66. Hence, here the value of E is lesser than 1. Hence, whatever the eccentricity given in the problem is applicable to draw an ellipse based on the eccentricity. So we are getting the value E is lesser than 1. So we can draw the ellipse. Now, to draw that one, whatever the distance from A to F is given, we have to divide this into pi equal halves. So the distance from A to F is 50 mm. So it is very easy for us to divide the distance, that is the focus line, into pi equal halves. That is, each unit we will get, each equal part we will get by 10 mm. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is nothing but our fifth part. So here we are getting the 5 equal halves. So after that, we have to select the vertex. So as it is given in the question, the numerator is 2. So we have to select the point 2 from the focus, the second one. This is the first one, this is the second one. Now this one we will take it as a V. V is nothing but a vertex. Now as we know that eccentricity is equal to 2 by 3. So we have taken the point V is equal to 2. That is nothing but VF by VA. That is equal to 2 by 3. So from F to V is nothing but we have 2 units, and from V to A we have 3 units. Now after that, we have to draw a vertical line from the V, that is E. Now VE should be equal to VF. Now here from V to F we are having 2 units, that 20 mm. So we will draw a line from the vertex V to E, a vertical line of 20 mm. We will mark this as a E. So by this we come to know VE is equal to VF, that is equal to VE by VF is equal to 1. So the distance from V to F is 20 mm, and at the same time we are drawing a vertical line VE that is also equal to VF, that is equal to 20 mm. So this is also 20 mm. So after that we have to draw an inclined line from the starting point A, and we will join to end with E. We have to extend that line. So we will draw a line, inclined line, starting from A, we will join to E, and after that we will extend the line to some extent. Now, after that, from the point V, we have to extend this line from V to F. We will extend this line to some extent again, and in this we will make equal division from the V. So we will take approximately 12 equal divisions from V to B. So here each unit from V to 1 is 1 unit, that is equal to 10 mm. So we will divide, or we will extend the line by taking an equal interval of 10 mm. So this is the 1. Focus will be at the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and some we will extend somewhat else, that is nothing but 13. Now, after this, we have to draw the vertical line, and they should be parallel to VE. Now, from V to E, we are drawing a one line. So again, we will draw the parallel line from 1 to the inclined line, which is starting from the A, and we are extending some extent. So here we will give the text like V1 complement. Again, we will draw another line which is parallel to the same 1 to 1 complement. Here we have given the text as 2, and here we will take it as a 2 complement. In the same way, we will draw all the parallel lines, and we will give the text simultaneously like 3 complement, 4 complement, 5 complement, 6 complement, 7 complement, 8 complement, 9 complement, 10 complement, 11 complement, 12 complement, and we will extend this line like this. So after drawing all the vertical lines up to 12 equal divisions, now next step we have to draw the arcs. We have to cut the arc on this vertical line. So the first thing, we will measure the distance from 1 to 1 complement, 1 to 1 complement with the help of the compass. With the help of the compass, we will measure the distance from 1 to 1 complement, and we will shift the center from 1 to 2. Here 2 is nothing but this is our focus. So whatever the dimensions we are measuring with the help of the compass, that nothing but the radius with the help of the compass, we will measure from 1 to 1 complement, and we will shift the center from 1 to 2 without changing the dimensions in the compass. We will mark with the same dimension, we will mark on the pass. 1, 1 line, 1, 1 vertical line. We will mark the dimension here and at the same time at the bottom, by maintaining the same dimensions here, same radius. Now the second one, we have to cut the arc on this 2, 2 complement line. So here whatever the dimensions we are getting, that is equal to 2 to 2 complement. So exactly we will get the arc at this point. So we draw the second point. This is our first point. Here this is our second point. This is P2. Now exactly by maintaining the same dimension from the focus, we will draw another arc at the bottom. Now the third one, we will measure the distance again with the help of the compass Now instead of 2 to 2 complement, we will move further, that is from 3 to 3 complement. We will measure the dimensions with the help of the compass from 3 to 3 complement. From 3 to 3 complement, we will measure the dimensions with the help of the compass, and we will shift the center from 3 to, again we will move to the focus. By maintaining the same radius, we will cut the arc at this 3, 3 vertical line above and at the same time below. So here we will get the point P3. Now we will continue the same thing. From here again we will measure the dimension with the help of the compass from 4 to 4 complement. Again we will shift the center from 4 to focus. By maintaining the same radius, we will cut the arc on the 4th line, that is the 4 complement line, and we will cut at the bottom also at the same time by maintaining the same radius. So here we will mark this point as a P4. Now after that we will continue for 5th one also. We will measure the distance or dimensions from 5 to 5 complement. So whatever the radius we are getting in the compass, we will shift the center from 5 to focus. Again by maintaining the same radius, we will cut the arc here also. We will repeat the same thing. We will give the point here P5. Again we will repeat for the 6. We will measure from 6 to 6 complement. We will shift the center from 6 to focus and we will cut the arc here above as well as below. Now we will repeat it for the same 7 also. The same we will measure this. We will change the center from 7 to focus. We will cut the arc on this 7th parallel line above and below. Next, again we will measure 8 to 8 complement. It will be continue up to 12. So we will start. For example, 8 will be here, 9, 10, 11, exact number will get like this. Now when we measure the dimension from 12 to 12 complement, and if we shift the center from 12 to focus, when we cut the arc, exactly it will be on the principal axis, that is our AB line. So here when we cut the arc on the principal line, we have to stop drawing the vertical line. So here our last point will come here. This is our P12. In this way. So after getting the P12 point, we have to draw the curve by using our free hand. We have to draw the curve with free hand by using a single stroke. So we have to start our point from V. We have to join to P1 to P2, P2 to P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, P10, P11, P12. In the same way, we have to draw the bottom points also, where we have drawn the arcs. So here we got a required ellipse. So here we are doing with the rough dimension simply. So because of that we will get a little bit a different curve, which is the oval one here. A little bit bends we are getting. So if you measure the dimensions exactly, if you draw the diagram by using the exact measurement with the help of the instrument, you will get an exact ellipse. Now after that, after getting the ellipse, we have to draw a tangent and a normal to the ellipse at a point 70 mm from the directrix. So from this directrix we have to mark a point on this ellipse 70 mm. So from the directrix up to this focus 50, 60, 70. So we are getting a point 70 on the curve, that is on the ellipse here. This is my point M. So this is the point I am taking it as a M, where I have to draw a tangent and a normal on this curve. So the next step is from the point M, which is 70 mm from the directrix. This is the 70 mm from the point. I will join the point M to F. M to F. I will join the line. I will draw a line from it. I will join M to F, and after that, I will place a set square here. I will place a set square here for making an angle of 90 degree. So I will mark a point by taking F here. I have to draw angle MFT is equal to 90 degree. So here I have a point M, I have a point F, that is nothing but the vertex. Now I have to draw T, and the angle of F should be equal to 90 degree. So from here, with the help of the set square, I will mark a point T by making an angle of 90 degree from the angle F. So here I will draw an inclined line up to the directrix by making an angle theta, that is 90 degree at point F. So angle F is equal to 90 degree. So the line where I have joined up to the directrix, this is my starting point of the tangent. So I will call it as a T. Now simply with the help of this scale, I will join the point T to M and I will extend that. A straight line I will join from T to M. I will extend that to some extent. So I will mark this as a T complement. So this T comma T complement is nothing but a tangent. So we got a tangent to this curve. Now after that we have to draw normal. Now how to draw a normal means simply we have to draw a perpendicular line to this tangent, means it has to be a perpendicular line at a point M. Means we have to draw a perpendicular line which makes an angle 90 degree at this point. So this is our N complement. So this is our normal. So this is the method which we have to follow to draw tangent and a normal to the curve. So here we will complete the problem. We have completed one problem which is based on the eccentricity. So this is one of the most important problems which we generally ask in the exam. Thank you.